Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Flexies and fellow PPNers around the globe. Well, this is your first time tuning in. I am Chris Eryx, aka Baby Trump, and you're watching Flex the Truth, and we do a version where we call it Flex Your Faith, where we tie biblical verses into everyday living, how we can read the Bible and take what we read in the Bible and use it for our everyday life. Most people read the Bible, most people can quote Bible verses, most people don't use it in their everyday life. So, this is a very unique show. There's nothing like that, nothing like this out there. So hopefully you enjoy this. If you are moved, touched, and or inspired, or you feel blessed by today's message that I'm going to share with you, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, like, share it to other people. I spoke to a very dear friend of mine, Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Yesterday, she has been writing a song for me for the Walking Talking Miracle Tour. Thank you so much. And we had a very good conversation, and it was so refreshing to hear from a viewer of mine and a dear friend. She's not just a viewer; she's a dear friend. Um, that one, she was feeling the same way that I was about, listen, I don't want to be anybody's choice or option, nor should you. I want to be a priority. And that goes for everything. That's not just in relationships, that is in life. That's in friendships, that's with your brother, your sister, your mother, your father. But here's what I can tell you where you are a priority with Jesus Christ. You are his masterpiece. You are unblemished. You are flawless in his eyes. Yes, we sin every day. That's who we are, right? And every morning I wake up and I'm like, please try not to sin for the first hour, would you? At least get through your study and your podcast and make it to the gym without sinning. And usually once I hit the gym, I start sinning. So, a couple of things. April 13th, if you want to come out and say hello to me and my friends, we are going to be west of Nashville. The tickets are $50. I will be speaking. I will be giving my testimonial of my canceled cancer journey, which, by the way, you guys have been asking and begging me to be back on YouTube, so I am. Go to Cancel Cancer Journey, sign up, and do me a favor. Let's show those clowns who's boss. Share this out to everybody. Let's build this channel where they don't take it down again, right? This is my sixth channel. I'm doing it again. I haven't had a YouTube channel now for over a year. I believe the last channel I had was 28,000, 29,000, something like that. I can't remember. It might have been more than that. Anywho, after that, I'll be speaking in Arizona. We are doing a Walk and Talk and Miracle tour. I'm working on that. Probably Frisco, Arizona, and if not Houston, then somewhere on the East Coast. So, and then that'll be it for me, guys. I'm just gonna be honest. I won't be having events. My book will be out. Be bold, be weird, be you. So I will be doing a book tour with that. It will be definitely different than just, reading a part of the book and signing it. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that. But as for events, Walking Toward a Miracle Tour, I'm going to go out with a bang with that. So I could tell you already, every event will be sold out. This will be an event that people will talk about the rest of their lives. And this will be giving giving you not only a piece of me, but a very special gift. And that's what I'm working on now. So, with that said, um, oh, by the way, somebody just texted me. Yes, here are the mushrooms right here. Here's the clarity. Clarity supports not only supports your immune system, but anything cognitive. So, Alzheimer's, dementia, brain fog, ADHD, depression. How about that? You guys know the breakup that I went through, right? This helped me. This helped me. I didn't do antidepressants like other people do. No, I did this and the Lord. That's it. I also do this one. So I take 5 of the plus. This is the Risha. So this is good for high blood pressure, high cholesterol, good for the heart. It has Risha in it and clarity. So I still do 5 and 5. So somebody just asked me that. So okay. And look, if you're being proactive, smart. I'm proud of you. Just do the Coriolis first color. And you want to do one capsule for every 50 pounds of body weight. So if you're 150 pounds, take 3 a day. All right? Okay, so thank you for your comments. Thank you for your emails, your phone calls. I've got people calling me up telling me that love and respect is changing their relationships, that they sat down with their husband and wife, they sat down with their boyfriend and girlfriend, and okay, that didn't sound right. That's almost like a menage a trois. Um, right? Yeah, okay, hold on. Maybe we're going too fast. Yeah, no, I'm right. They sat down with their husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend. There we go. I said it so fast it sounded like they had a boyfriend or girlfriend or husband. All right. Anywho, um, you know what I mean. And they're really getting something out of this, and that's what I love about doing these shows. I'm not just sitting here sputtering nonsense. I'm not putting fear monger into you. You know, I'm doing something that is helping, that is changing your life, and not only changing your life's one thing, but changing your spouse's life, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your brother, your sister. I want to give a shout out to my cousin Timmy Lockhart. I love you, brother. I know you're watching me, and Timmy is starting to go to church, giving his life to the Lord, and your life's going to be totally different, Tim. And he can heal you, and he'll heal everything in your life. Just look at me, look at my brother. So looks like we have another soul saved. God is so good. So awesome. Haven't heard from Wyatt, but Wyatt, if you're out there, love you, miss you. We'll talk today. Love to touch base with him. And I'm working on an interview that 50% of you people are going to like it, 50% of you people are going to hate it. I don't care. It's the truth. And you have to learn that if you want the truth, it's so funny because Jesus Christ is the truth. He is the way. He is the life, right? But when you think about Jesus Christ, how many people deny him? But they say, I want to know the truth. Well, if you want to know the truth, then get with Jesus Christ, number one. Oh, well, not that truth. Well, what other truth is there? Well, I want to know if Trump is going to win. What? Wait, you you care more if Trump is going to win than being with the only truth, Jesus Christ. Do you see where it's messed up, guys? Catherine and I talked yesterday, and I'm just, you know me, I talk to offend people. So this is going to offend a lot of people, and I don't care. See, because when I open this, which is my God-given voice, and that's why I still have it, even though my tongue is paralyzed, even though my jugular vein is collapsed, is because he knows that I'm bold. and I will offend people, and I will not offend him. Do you know in our Patriot community, the Truther community, whatever you want to call it, how many people have you been around that they talk ill of Jesus Christ or talk bad about the Bible or whatever, and nobody says anything? Now, how many people do you know they talk about Donald Trump? Like me. Even though my nickname is Baby Trump, I have a lot of questions. I'm going to be doing some serious podcasts about it. One of them I have is the Ouchie Fauci. The other one I have is Warp Speed. I've had a problem with that for the longest time. And there's other questions I have. And you want to see the hate mail that I get, the text messages. What? You have it bass backwards. You should be sticking up for Jesus Christ, not Donald Trump. So, with that being said, let's get into day 5 of love and respect. And ladies, here you go. I promised you. Peter 3:7 and Proverbs 31, her respect language. All right. Husbands, men, listen carefully. You are called to lead. Whether you like that or not, that doesn't equate in this equation. It doesn't matter. God puts you to lead. It's biblical. But what does that look like? Does it mean that you make all the decisions? Never heard me tell you that. You won't hear the Bible tell you that. Does that mean that you call the shots with no input from your wife or kids? Never heard me say that. Never. Guys, I hope you see by now that that is not the way and that is not biblical. But think about it. Have you ever worked a job? Have you ever worked a job where your boss didn't listen to you or respect your skills? How'd that make you feel? Not heard? Didn't matter? Invalidated? It's frustrating and it's bad leadership. Do you know everything that I've ever done, wherever I led, even in the Reckoning Fest, I've bounced things off of other people. I've included other people. Why? Because I don't have all the answers. I'm doing it now with the Walk and Talk and Miracle Tour. How many people liked Maddie Wu on Monday, huh? Pretty cool, huh? So you'll get to talk to him and you'll get to hear him um, talk at the Walk and Talk and Miracle Tour as well. So, um, but it's bad leadership. You have to include the people that are around you because here's why. It's not about me, it's about we. And then when you collaborate, when you put things together, it makes people feel like they're part of it. Husband, men, the Bible calls you leader, not tyrant. Head, not overlord. So lead well and lead like Jesus. And there are many different leadership styles that work. Coaches have different styles, so do CEOs. And in your family, your leadership style may change depending on culture, personalities, and relationships. The Bible leaves you plenty of room to figure that out, but tyranny never works. So today, husbands, men, starts today. Oh, my phone's blowing up. Respect your wife and your women. I was talking to a woman the other day, and she was telling me about a man in her life that not only has been unfaithful to her multiple times, and he said, she asked him why, and he said, because I could, and he also put his hands on her. And I said to her, what are your deal breakers with a guy? And she said it out loud, and she named three of them: feeling invalidated, feeling like you don't exist, you don't matter, putting a man putting his hands on her, and emotionally abused, right? And cheated. And I said, well, he did all those. What else do you need, right? It's not respecting. And then for him to come back and say, you made me do that. That no, that is because he wanted to control. He wanted to be a tyrannist. He didn't want to include her. He was hiding things. That is not respecting your woman. That is not respecting your wife. And if men, come here, if I find out that you put your hands around a woman, one of my sisters of Christ, there is no place you can run and hide. That makes me sick to my stomach. It hurts my heart. We are to not only respect women, but we are to protect women. So today, men, husband, respect your wife, respect your woman. The Bible commands it. 1 Peter 3:7, it says, husbands, men, in the same way, be considerate as you live with your wives, your women, and treat them with respect. Be considerate as in think, ponder, ask, learn, and understand your wife, your woman. But above all, treat her with respect. But just like we saw with love, the word here for respecting her is different in Greek. Not phobio, but time. It means to honor or esteem. It means that you respect her for value and show her dignity. Husband, men, honor your wife, your women, with the value that Christ paid for her. Jesus paid with his very life. He treasures her and he entrusted her into your care. Think about that. Think about Jesus Christ taking the woman, his most precious masterpiece, and he says, here, John, here's my treasure. Let's stop there because I don't know if it's affecting you right now, like it's affecting me. Put this. I got this as a gift. This is pretty. You guys are gonna flip over this. A woman got this for me because she said this is who I remind her of. And it opens up. Look at this, guys. It's absolutely beautiful. It's on my desk. This is a treasure, right? So can you imagine if Jesus said, this is his treasure. This is what he loves, he adores. This is what he holds dear to his heart. And he clenches her like this. And the reason I clench this is like this is why. So nobody can hurt this. You can't break it. You can't take it away from me. got my guns wrapped around it, right? Man, this is how you should hold your woman, your wife, right here in your chest, in your heart, like this. She feels safe. And Jesus is saying, you know what? This is my masterpiece, this is my treasure, but I trust you. Wow. That is, if that isn't powerful, man, if that didn't radiate with you, you need to go to a cardiologist and check your heart because you don't have one. But that's what Jesus is doing. So can you imagine if you take that and you slam it down and you throw it against the wall? The verse goes on, treat her with respect as the weaker partner. 1 Peter 3:7. Whoa, whoa, hold on. I know you're saying, wait, weaker partner? Why is she weaker? Well, let's just be real. If I was in an arm wrestling match, right, with the girl, who's gonna win? Come on, right? Most of the time, the man is gonna win, right? Not always. There might be a woman that kicked my butt. Oh, by the way, in my lifetime, with every man that has ever tried to arm wrestle me at bars and wherever, I have never lost one time. By the way, just want to throw it out there. I'm sure I'm going to lose now. I'm 55, but just want to throw that out there. Uh, but that's not the point here. As we saw before, never read a godly command from a worldly perspective. Again and again, the Bible says that God chooses the weak things to confound the strong. That is 1 Corinthians 1:27. And that God is strong in our weakness. And that's 2 Corinthians 12:9. Spiritually speaking, we need weakness. We cannot know his strength without it. When we're on our hands and knees, when we're so low in our life, that is when we look up. You know, I just thought of something. You know, when you hit the ground, like in boxing, right? You're looking up. You're always looking up to him. And we're so busy, what? With this. We're looking down. Did you notice that? We're never looking up at him because we're so busy looking down. What's also down? The devil. We cannot know his strength without it. And in a partnership between husband and wife, man and woman, he needs her weakness. Think about it. Why is it that in so many couples, the wife, the woman, keeps the family drawing near to God usually? Not at all, but many. Look, I went to a church here 2 weeks ago. I'm going to go to a different church this Sunday. It, primarily, it was women. Primarily, it was women with children. Not all, but many. And why are 80% of single missionaries around the world women? And how is it that a woman who is physically weaker can hold her family together when the man gives up? Except my ex. Right? Because women have a strength that oftentimes is founded in their weakness. Husband, men, recognize that God designed the two of you to function together. See, my ex, it was her and me, her and me, her and me. It was never together. Because it wasn't together, why should I be with you? And when trials hit your wife, your woman, in her blessed weakness, will often be the first to recognize your need for God, except in my situation. Listen to her. And as she calls on God's strength, she will look to you to deliver it. So be strong by letting God's strength come through and show respect for your weaker partner. You need her. Honor her. Honor the value that she brings to your marriage, your relationship. Back in First Peter, treat her with respect as the weaker partner, as heirs with you of the gracious gift of life, so that nothing will hinder your prayers. 1 Peter 3:7. Catch that. She is an heir with you. For people playing the game at home, my accent, heir, H-E-I-R. Okay? In God's kingdom, you are both heirs to the king, and that makes you equal. Your wife, your woman, is a daughter of the Most High King. Treat her accordingly. And notice if you don't, your prayers will be hindered. Don't expect God to listen if you don't show respect to his daughter. Woof, woof. So let me put that, let's play that, let's role play, man. So you're sitting there and you're praying to God and you're like, oh man, God, I'm going through a tough time now at work and I really want this promotion and man, I just need you near me by my side and just help me get through this. God's up. Mm, he swipes left. Nah, mm-mm, nah. You know why? Because you did not honor my daughter. You didn't take care of my treasure. You disrespected her. Ooh. You know, it's one step from him saying, I never knew you. I spit you out of my mouth. Could you imagine if you were dialing up Jesus for a prayer and you get his voicemail? And you call him again, voicemail. And again, voicemail. He never answers. Ooh, wow. So, what speaks respect to her? Proverbs 31. If you remember, and go back to all my videos, guys, 2 years ago, I would say, now that you're a baby Christian, once you gave your life to Jesus Christ, read a Proverbs a day. And here's another. Here's another one. How to treat your wife, how to treat your woman in Proverbs 31. This is the famous passage about the noble wife, but sadly, it's usually taught to women as directions for being a good wife, woman. And that's fine, but read it carefully. The chapter was written by a mom teaching her son to appreciate the value of his wife or woman. But now women can learn from it. But the express purpose of the chapter is to teach a man to honor his wife, his woman. So, what does Proverbs 31 say to husbands and men? Again, you might want to write these down because we're going to talk through them when we talk in our discussion. So, okay, 5 keys to her respect language from Proverbs 31. One, value her. Verse 10, a wife of noble character who can find. She is worth far more than rubies. Proverbs 31:10. Men, your wife, your woman is the most valuable thing in your care. Treat her accordingly. Protect her. Guard her with your life according to her great value. Two, trust her. Value her opinion and her wisdom. Verse 11 says, her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. Proverbs 31:11. In verse 26, She speaks with wisdom and offers faithful instruction. Proverbs 31:26. Man, I'm going to confess something here about me. For years as a baby Christian, I sort of unconsciously operated as if God put me in charge because I was smarter, but I was so wrong. What I realize now is that God put me in charge, and he at that time when I was married, he gave me a wife that had wisdom that I needed to hear. That gives me a possibility for humility. It's humbling for me to lead someone who's quite often smarter than me. My ex-girlfriend, in certain aspects, was smarter than me, and it humbled me, and I learned from her. And although I wanted to grow with her in Christ, that didn't happen. She had her own plans. Um, but just knowing that she was smarter in certain things, I would just shut up and learn and listen from her. And it kept me humble. It's humbling for me to lead someone who's quite often smarter than me. It's humbling for her to follow a dummy like me. She didn't want to follow me, not whatsoever. But don't misunderstand. I'm an intelligent enough person, but I could be dumb sometimes. So, yeah, so often I'm saved if I just listen to my better half. So, a couple of years ago, I figured out a way, and I talked about this with the men. I'm going to talk about it again. I call it the husband's easy win on small decisions, on small matters. If she has an idea, go with it. Go with it. Go with her plan. Now, if your wife, if your woman is better street smart than you, listen to her, right? And here's the thing. If she's wrong, you still win, man, because you listened to her and you followed her plan and you respected her. Now, in the bigger situations, you have to take the wheel. So let me give you an example. Say you're driving, man, and she says, turn here, but you're not sure if it's the right way. Do you know how many times I was driving, I got lost, my ex was like, oh, we should go here. I'm like, all right, I go, and it's the wrong way. But you told me to go that way, so I went that way, right? And she would be so defensive instead of saying, oh, well, I guess this isn't the way, right? But I'm not going to sit there and fight, right? Sometimes she was right. Okay, great. Oh, glad I listened to you. But if she was wrong, so what? I lost a couple of minutes. Whoop-de-doo. But it showed I respected her. And if she was right, we dodged an argument, and I showed her respect, it's win-win. I'm telling you, it works. Now, when it comes to bigger decisions, man, you have to take that burden. You cannot put that weight on her. It's especially important if you have kids. Dads, men, your wife, woman has 10,000 small decisions pressed upon her every day by the kids. What should I wear? What's for dinner? Right? Things like that. So she's got to make decisions all day like that. And then we're all different. So just communicate with her and just that would definitely bless her by helping her with that. Keep the balance. I always say that, when I would make decisions, I would include her. We'd try to talk about it. Um, Look, there was, vacations. She chose the vacation. She chose what we were going to do. She chose the itinerary. I let her choose A to Z, what she wanted. She studied about it. She learned about it. Okay, I'm with you. It's not a big deal. Three, empower her. Look back at the noble wife in verse 16. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. Notice that this woman can earn her own money and use it to invest as she chooses. A field is a major purchase back then. That woman is empowered by her husband. Four, recognize her strength. It is different from yours and you need it. Verse 25. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. Proverbs 31:25. I would always sit there and tell her how proud of her I was. If she sold a home, if she she had a knack of turning a house into a home. She would paint this visual for people. I'm proud of you. Or the way that she handled a business situation. I'm proud of you. You know, or she would talk about God. What's up, buddy? I'm proud of you. It always praise her. And that's number five. Praise her. Women appreciate praise, and your wife, women, deserves more. Verse 28. Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. They love that. She would make dinner. Man, this is phenomenal. Man, I mean, I would eat some food that I would never eat before, but she had an knack of putting stuff together and it was really good. I would praise her. Every time I had a chance, I would praise her. I praised her more than I told her what she was doing wrong with me. It wasn't what she was doing wrong in life, it was the way she was treating me. And she just didn't want to hear it, which is a shame. But that is how the cookie crumbles. Men, tell your wife, your woman, how great she is, and teach your children to do the same. Defend her before others. I told her, and she knows it. I always looked out for her better half with her own son, her father, her mother, her sister, her brother, her friends, her manager, her boss. It didn't matter what title they had. And I didn't care if she got mad at me. I mean, her son was so offensive sometimes and things that he did in the way he acted. I would tell her. She didn't like it, but I didn't care. I always looked out for her better half. That is what you need to do. Especially, and it says this in the Bible, and this is what I just said, especially when your children challenge her or your parents. Make it clear you are on her side, which I always did. And when you do, check out what she does for you. Well, my ex didn't do nothing. She fought me on everything. She wasn't she wasn't appreciative when I protected her. She wasn't appreciative when I stuck my neck out and said, "Hey, this person's treating you wrong. This is offensive." She took it and became very defensive like everything else. So for me, it didn't work, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't mean another woman along the way that it won't work with, but it is biblical. Her husband, man, is respected at the city gate, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. So that brings us to six. Acknowledge the respect that she brings you. Men, your wife, your woman, is one of the main reasons that other people respect you. You heard me talk about Mary Massey, Catherine yesterday, Melissa Lopez. I'm going to give a shout out there. Melissa will tell you how at an event, her ex girlfriend, her friend that she was friends with, was drunk, was hitting on me, and how I handled that with class. Women, you've been at my events, you know I would talk about my girlfriend. I was never inappropriate. I was never inappropriate with a woman. I would gush over my girlfriend at events. I would talk as if she was there. Mary Massey said that made other women jealous because the way that I gushed over my girlfriend when I put her on my show, you guys, saw her, you met her at my event, right? I had respect for her, whether I was with her or not. So pass that along. Guys, when you're not with your woman, you should not be having a conversation with another woman if you wouldn't have that conversation if your woman was there. Okay? So when people honor you, give her some credit. Now, there's a lot more to Proverbs 31, and we'll dig deeper. But right now, question number one, look over the keys of her respect language. Again, add anything that you think I miss. Then give each one a score from 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, on how important that is to you. Men, rate how important you think it is to her. Then compare and discuss. Question number two, decide which ones you want to work on. Men, pick the ones that you want to improve on. And ladies, pick two that you need some more of. And get specific with details. Talk through real life situations. Okay? So I want to talk, we have a couple more minutes left. I want to let's read the whole chapter of Proverbs 31. Well, I don't know if we'll read the whole thing, but let's see how much we can get. The words of King Lem the prophecy that his mother taught him. What, my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vows? Give not thy strength unto woman, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink, lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted. Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. Open thy mouth for the dumb in the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. Praise of a good woman. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. She considereth the field and buyeth. With the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. She girdeth her loins with strength, and strengtheneth her arms. She perceived that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor, yea, she reacheth forth her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates, when he sitteth among the elders of the land. She maketh fine linen and selleth, and delivereth girdles unto the merchant. Strength and honor are her clothing. and she shall rejoice in time to come. She opened her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellent them all. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Wow, that's pretty powerful. um, let's read 1 Peter 3, the behavior of wives and husbands. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear. Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price. For after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in God, adorned themselves, bring in subjection unto their husbands, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Suffer for righteousness' sake. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion for one another. Love as brethren. Be pitiful. Be courteous, not rendering evil for evil, or railing for railing, but contrariwise blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye shall inherit a blessing. For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that they speak no guile. Let him eschew evil and do good. Let him seek peace and ensue it. For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto the prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil. And who is he that will harm you, if ye be followers of which is good? But and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye. And be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled, but sanctify the Lord God in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you, with meekness and fear, having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as of evil doers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Christ. For it is better, if the will of God be so, that ye suffer for well doing, than for evil doing. For Christ also hath once suffered for sins, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to God, being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit, by which also he went and preached unto the spirits in prison, which sometime were disobedient, when once the long suffering of God waited in the days of Noah, while the ark was a preparing, wherein few, that is, 8 souls, were saved by water. The like figure, whereunto even baptism doth also now save us, not the putting away of the filth of the flesh, but the answer of a good conscience toward God, by the resurrection of Jesus Christ, who is gone into heaven and is on the right hand of God, angels and authorities and powers being made subject unto him. Wow, pretty powerful. Uh, there was one other one I wanted to read. Yeah, the Proverbs 31 is very, very powerful. Um, it's the praise of a good woman. Um, I can't find it. Well, I don't know what the next series I'm going to do. Um, I might do a thing about let's talk about honor and respect. Um, and then it'll tie this into it. Um, I don't know. I'll have to think about it and pray on it. But we have a couple of minutes. Guys, I hope you're getting something out of this. I can tell you, for me, it is helping me. I want to thank you for being on this journey with me. This has, I have definitely grown through this heartbreak, um, and I'm better for it. Um, you guys could have left me. You guys could have um, tuned out. And instead, you guys tuned in. Instead, you guys turned in. And I can't tell you how much that means to me. And that if I didn't have you guys, if I didn't have Jesus Christ, I don't know where I'd be. Because fighting cancer, fighting heartbreak, back to back, literally back to back, um, are two very, very big fights. And both of them have a lot to do with the heart and the head and the mindset. And what I can share with you, where a lot of people are just, wow, like Chris, like you have shown us strength beyond a shadow of a doubt. Beating cancer, overcoming that, overcoming heartbreak, going through that, um, and I've forgiven her and have grace and mercy. And, she's moved on. I'm moving on. Yeah, we've learned things from one another. Um, I always say that um, God puts people in your life for a season, could be a day, a week, a month, a year, 10 years. But when God takes them out, don't chase them. And even when I left, I fought to still be with her, and she didn't show one sign of being with me. So, but that's cool, right? You get your answer and you move on, right? So, the other thing I want to tell you is that when you speak to an individual, I want you to be intentional with your words. I want you, somebody just texted me, said, I love your hair. Thank you. Yeah, I got a new do, new you, new do, right? Even the woman's like that did my hair, she's like, I love this color, I love this color on you. So um thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Somebody just texted me and said, man, you look unbelievable. I've been training probably 6 days a week. Um, I have, yes, thank you. I have put muscle on, which that is so encouraging. Even my arms, you can see my arms. So thank you. I'm glad you've noticed. Um, but when you speak to another individual, be intentional in what you're saying to them because it goes a long way. So, with that being said, I will see you Friday. Stay blessed. And remember, flex your mind, flex your muscle, but above all, flex the truth, which is in your soul. And when you do that, now you can go out and share God's message, doing His work, His will, His way, because you're connected by using His words. Stay blessed.